Hello and welcome again to Chris's Caribbean Delight. Now, it's the pre-Christmas, so we have to do all those preparations for the real thing, for the big day. So it's approximately like 3 weeks off. Today is the second. So I'm preparing some dried fruit, to make my black cake. I have fruits that are already preserved and been soaking in the rum and the wine and everything else, for about 4 to 5 months. But I always like to do a spot just before the crazy holiday season, and I'll have this. Maybe I may use some now, and then it's going to go over into the next year. But anyway, away from that, I'm using a few different types of fruits this year. Apart from the raisins, the regular black raisins, I have the black raisins here. Um, let's bring the camera down for you a little so that you can see this. I have black raisins. I have currants. Currants are very small. They're a smaller type of raisin. It's the same grape. It's the same grape, but it's a currant grape, whatever they call it. Also, I'm going to have some glazed cherries to put in there, and some crimson raisins. I have the dark raisins, and I'll have some crimson raisins. You can use the crimson raisins, or you can use some golden raisins that are more popular. The golden raisins are more popular. These crimson raisins, I got them from nuts.com, but they're like various colors. This has like a pinkish color, a crimson color and stuff like that. But so I'm going to use like a half a pound of those. I'm going to use a pound of everything else. I'm going to put some apricots in there, into this fruit mix, and some prunes into the fruit mix. About a pound of prunes into the fruit mix, and then all of this is going to go into the blender, go into the food processor with some Bacardi and some port. I'm using Taylor port this year. So what I did, I have the Bacardi here. It's going to be like maybe a cup of Bacardi. I'm going to add after, and I put some spices in there. I have a teaspoon of nutmeg and a teaspoon of allspice. So there you go. You have your spiced rum. Okay, you don't have to go buy it in the store. Now, the port. I have the port. The Taylor port. I'll have like two cups of those. 2 cups of that. The Taylor port. You would see how much you'll need. You may need like 4 cups, because as you blend the fruits, you're going to see how sticky it's going to get, and if it starts to clog the food processor, you have to add some more. So we're going to just eyeball it, and if you have to use the entire bottle, and then use the entire bottle, but you wouldn't have to go so far. Now, and also I have mixed peel. Mixed peel is it's controversial. It's kind of like some people like it, some people don't like it. At one point, I hated it, but it looks so good in the finished product that you have to give it a try. And it doesn't taste that bad right now. It doesn't taste that bad because I don't know what they used previously, maybe like 10 years ago. I don't know what the hell they used, if it was like all natural stuff, but it had a very funny taste, or they just didn't preserve it properly. But now this one has a wonderful taste. You're tasting the sweet, you're tasting the lime zest, you're tasting the orange zest, and it's really good. So the mixed peel, I'm going to just use like maybe a half a pound of the mixed peel and stir it in there. And then when you're making the cake of itself, if you want to put a little more of anything in it, you can just add. Okay? So right now we're going to move to the food processor, and we're going to bring everything together. We're gonna start processing the meat, start processing the fruits along with the liquid, and we'll go from there. So I'll be back once we get the processes started. So here, cheers. So these ninjas are pretty big, so I'm able to get quite a bit in there. I'm gonna go with the currants. You don't have to all do them all together. Yeah, you can just do it. You can do it separately and then just mix it all in. So, but I know I have to do a few batches, so that's why I'm doing it like this. You put some raisins in there. Not much. Not much is gonna fit in there anyway. So, okay. You don't want to crowd it too much because you want it to be able to move. You want the food processor. You want the blades to move. So, okay, so I can cover that. So that's good. The first thing, the wine. So we'll put maybe a cup of wine in there. Or that was like 2 cups I got in there. I think I did a video about this before, sometime last year, I think. I did a video, so you know, you can always double check on that video and see how it was done last year, and then you can see how it was done last year as to this year's demonstration. So, as a recap, I have a cup and a half of wine, port wine, half a pound of raisins, half a pound of currants, and I put some crimson raisins in there. And we're going to just lock this down and let it rip. And so now let's check our consistency and see how far we've gotten. It looks perfect to me. It looks perfect. So, you see this? It's nice and sticky, and you still have a few pieces of the fruit, you know, that, so it's going to be like chunky. Okay, you're going to still feel the fruit in the cake once you make the cake. So I'm going to pour this off into a bowl, and then we'll continue and we'll do the same with the rest of the fruits in the cake. Okay, and pieces of the of the peel in the cake. All right. Let this rip for a while on crush. Slow it down, and we can check on that sucker. There you go. Seal, and we'll go to blend. Maybe about 30 seconds. That's all you need. Maybe that's all you need, but 30 seconds. Those blades are crazy. So, you know, they just massacre everything. They just do what they have to do, you know. Wow. And you see, as I was saying before, that you can see pieces of the peel. The peel doesn't really get masticated in there, and also you have pieces of the fruit. So that's what I want this year. I want to see pieces of the fruit in the cake, and see pieces of those. See some pieces of the. Here it is. A wonderful cake. Black cake. This is the fruits, the preparation of the fruits for the black cake, for the Christmas cake. The Christmas cake fruits. This is the Christmas cake fruits. And we have in here some rum. We have in here some port wine. This is what we blended it with. I'm about to pour it into the container that it's going to stay in, so that it can cure for a couple of weeks. And I'm going to add some Ray and Nevy, some overproofed rum in there. So this is going to be an intoxicating dessert. Okay, so and this is enough for I'm sure it's enough for all the cakes I'm planning to do. So. So let's pour it over into its container.